And and here's the thing, I tried to be finished, but really, here's the thing, like, so I was accused of being condescending and rude and bringing my ego into it and all of these things, and um, I I don't I don't really dispute any of that. I think there are ways in which all of that's fair. Um, I do admit that if I had not been told to shut up and um, and been called names, that I I would not have gone so gung ho, cerebral and whatever. But at the same time, like, I think, the reason why I'm proud of myself is not because of some sort of narcissistic, you know, I was an asshole and I stood my ground and yay me, but more like, oh my gosh, I it's been so rare since the stroke for me to string sentences together and separate them into paragraphs and feel that I'm actually flowing with actual English and communication and grammar and punctuation. And there's so many ways in which it was definitely not my best. Definitely not my best. And obviously I incited a handful of people to really, levels of frustration that I'm not proud of, and I do not intend to duplicate, and I've never been fond of whenever things like that have happened in the past in real life with like my siblings and stuff like that. But I mean, I was accused as a child of being impertinent, of being rude and disrespectful, right? I I I was accused of being condescending, of having it be all about myself when it was not just about me. It was about me and all of my siblings and the whole family and the energetic dynamics and the physical deprivations and the mind games and you know everything. Like I spoke up when someone needed to speak up and say, this is hurting people and it's wrong. And I was so much more gentle in from my perspective, uh, in that thread. But I can see elements, of why I was originally thought of as rude, and I find it ironic that the person that called me names and told me to shut up, nobody stepped in to tell them that they were being rude. But I guess because people thought I was being rude first, then I deserved it. Um, and I can kind of understand that to a degree as well, because at this point, when people respond in certain ways and comment in certain ways, I employ sarcasm liberally. I worked hard to study sarcasm. I studied it for 9 months. I I I I practiced it for another 9 months, um, and then I really, 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 really utilized it for 9 months. And now I employ it when I'm not interested in absorbing on a deeper level someone's casual, assumptive, judgmental, view of me and my words or whatever. And I don't regret that or have any shame in that whatsoever. I'm so proud of myself for finally learning sarcasm. I am so proud of myself for um utilizing it, when I do. And so I can understand why it's difficult for people to, it's when a person employs, sarcasm in between sincerity, it's especially just in writing when you don't know that person, it's very, very difficult to, you know, to translate accurately and assess just what type of person that is and what their intentions are. I mean, take Review Bruh. So grateful that I have found this this young old man, and but in reading the comments, it's just utterly fascinating to me how people cannot ascertain when he's being sincere and serious and when he's not. And I know that a good chunk of those people even are being, sarcastic in their comments, but there's a decent amount of people that are genuinely confused as to when is the report of the week is being sincere or sarcastic. And yet I get him. Oh my laws. And I believe I really actually I could be wrong about this, but I think if I spent some time conversing with and giving Review Bra a chance to review me, I think he'd get me too. In fact, oh, what an amazing world that would be to have a friend, an acquaintance, compadre. I mean, dude, if Review Bra were in my cohort, I think that would smooth a lot of confusion. That would smooth so much confusion. That would that would be amazing. um. Anyway, trying not to. So this one person, they were like, "You need psychiatric help," and I find that utterly fascinating because everyone needs psychiatric help at this point, and the people who think they don't are a very small percentage and or deluding themselves. And I just I don't see how that's an insult. I've actually, sought psychiatric help and been assisted with it on occasion, but for the most part, I haven't had enough stability and security to be able to stick with it because of living below the poverty line. So, yeah, I think I do. I would love that. I would appreciate that so much in my world. I've also discovered over the years that, professionals are just not, I studied on my own nutrition, neurology, and psychology, and I, I, I tend to have a greater education than the vast majority of the psychiatric support that I have thus far been connected to. And and there goes the impudence, and people can be upset that I'm arrogant or whatever, but like it's just a fact. Like it's just a reality. Like tons of ways that I need help with, and ways that I was wrong in my communication in that thread, um and things that I forget about humanity and psychology and different mindsets and how to communicate accordingly to really um, get my message across accurately. But I just don't think that I was more rude or condescending or whatever than a few of these people today. And I that's it.